Keep on trucking. 10-4. Yeehaw. Blinkety plonk. I'm going to repeat myself now. My long-term friends have heard all this before, so if you don't want to listen, don't bother. I couldn't give a toss. But some people may not have heard it all before. And it is trucking. Now, my chemist friend sent me a text message on my iPhone. Have I downloaded Eddie Stobart's 20 trucking songs? And I sent a reply, no, I have fucking not. I want nothing to do with Stobart. I've got very bad feelings towards that company because I started in the 60s before, well, when Stobart was just a small haulage company. He came along in the 70s, and working from memory, speeding through it, I drove the Atkinsons with the Gardner 180 engine, originally designed as a marine engine, and the Cummins engines, brilliant. I think the Cummins are still going. Hope they are, because they're a great engine. And no power steering. You have to get your arse out of the seat and heave the 32-ton trucks around the islands on the way up to Scotland from Staten Island in Nottingham, carrying pipes chained on or roped on in them days with wooden chocks. And Nick Bay, north of Inverness, when they were building the oil rig bases, bringing aluminium bars back from Kinlochleven to West Bromwich, or potatoes once from Elgin, I think it was, and the bag in the cab for the driver. Thank you very much. And those days were great. The haulage rates were good, and everything was fine until Stobart came along in the 70s with his flash foreign trucks. Oh yeah, if you had a puncture, you had to change it yourself. There were no mobile phones around in the 60s. You didn't pick a phone up like Stobart, sit there in the uniforms, and they just sit on their arse while the tyre companies come out and change the tyres. No, you had to get your overalls on, get the jack out, the bar, 2 spares bolted under the trailer, and if it was pissing down in rain or snow and bitterly cold in the Scottish Highlands, it's something you had to do, and that's it. But then along came Stobart. Slash the haulage rates. If work was put out to tender, his rep came along and cut the lowest tender, undercut the lowest tender. What's that? Oh dear, let me have a look at the bang. Not another accident. These traffic lights. No. I heard skid marks and a bang. So anyway, along came Stobart with his big warehouse at Carlisle, and at one time he was bringing stuff down from Scotland free, down to his warehouse at Carlisle, as long as he could get his trucks back up to Scotland, and my work up to Scotland dried up, as a lot of them did, and a lot of hauliers were put out of business and drivers put out of work. And oh, kill it, bastard, get off. I've got the window open. The storm's passed. Right. Yeah, what was I saying? And no one could stand the competition. Stobart grabbed the market. And of course, once he grabbed the market, the rates went up again. Yeah, and my late employer, who's now passed away, he said to us all in the office one day, if ever Stobart goes bust, a lot of people will laugh. Well, Stobart never did go bust. Fights used to break out amongst the drivers. We were all on the CB then, and when they were coming down here, on the other side of the road, Stobart scum. And when Eddie Stobart died, I was rather hasty, as you know I am, and I said, good riddance, may he rot in hell. And I regret saying that now. Yeah, that wasn't nice, and I withdraw that and apologise to anyone who was upset by that remark. But the Stobart drivers turned on me. One young Stobart driver said, in my opinion, the only kind of trucker is a Stobart trucker. Fuck off. God, man, I'm 74 now, and the only kind of trucker is a Stobart trucker. God almighty. Any of you old timers who used to drive trucks will know. I mean, one Stobart driver said, "You don't know what you're talking about." And I said, "I did, mate. I do know what I'm talking about because I was there when in the 60s and when Stobart came along in the 70s. And I did a lot of work out of Felixstowe docks, and Stobart moved into containers. Of course, bought all the skeleton trailers to put the containers on. So I'm not going to let this go on too long because it's gone midnight and I'm going to bed soon. So don't anyone talk to me about Stobart. The programs on the telly, I don't watch them on principle. No, I know the nice trucks now. The drivers have all got all the posh uniforms on and everything. Well, of course, in the 60s, things were so different. I mean, I could say the good old days, people would argue with me. But I was fit and healthy then. My God, the old Atkinson, arse out the seat, even around the islands, and when pressing that clutch, heavy spring up and down, God knows how many times a day, your left knee used to hurt. And the old crash box, the ZX box, and the David Brown box, gearbox, of course, the ZX gearbox, the David Brown gearbox. Then along came the Fuller gearbox, which was semi-automatic. And I've got happy memories and an excellent memory for what happened all them years ago. But as for asking me if I've downloaded any Stobart 20 trucking songs, no, I fucking haven't, and I'm not going to either. So, some of you might think I'm being bitter. Perhaps I am, yeah. But I have very happy memories of driving up and down Scotland. Of course, I weren't very old then. I was married, and of course, always away from home. We used to stop in transport digs, bed and breakfast. Wherever I went in the country, I had a book and used to phone them up on the ordinary phones, ordinary BT, the red. I forget what you call them. But anyway, with intermobiles, and I was a bit short of money, and to save a bit of money, if anyone knows the old Atkinsons, I got 2 planks of wood from the engine in the middle onto the window ledge on the near side, a roll of foam mattress, a couple of sleeping bags, and my big coat. And in the heaters, well, you get more heat. You get more heat from a candle. Those Atkinson heaters, we used to blank the radiators off, but now you get more heat from a candle. And the winters, as you know, up in Scotland can be very cold. But I enjoyed those days. But Stobart came along and ruined everything. Yeah. So if anybody wants to have a go at me, just bear in mind I was there. Yeah. Right, I'm going to bed. Drink my tea. Time to lay in bed here and hear bang. God, what's happened? Because we've got main traffic lights out here. People jump the lights. And we've not had one for some time, but it could happen at any time, especially during the night. And, the police turn up. But anyway, that wasn't an accident. Perhaps you heard it. It was a bang and I heard tyres squealing. So that's it. The storm's gone and I'm going to bed. But first, let's read a few more chapters from my book by Tessa Hainsworth. She used to work for the body shop, and she left and moved with her family, her husband and 2 children, down to Cornwall. She got a job as a postwoman, and her books are very entertaining. I've read 2 of them, and I'm now on the 3rd one, the very latest one. And she was eventually accepted by the Cornish people. I am an Emmett, E-N-N-E-T-T. Anyone north of the Tamar is known as Emmett from up country. So this Emmett from up country on Friday afternoon will be down in Cornwall, and it will be good to be back. I'm down there for about a week. Lots of places to see and go. Port Isaac, where they filmed Doc Martin. If I can say it, Sennen Cove, I love that area. I used to know the postman around Sennan, and the eccentric old chap with the long black clothes, the black hat, the black beard, used to ride his donkey round from Sennan round to the old Land's End before fucking Peter, whatever his name is, bought it out. Now it costs you a fortune. But the old man used to ride his donkey round there to that pub at Land's End, and of course he never had to buy any drinks. He was very austere looking, with his black hat, his black beard, and his black long coat. And the old locals at Sennen said, "Oh, that scrounging old bastard." But he was a character. He was a hell of a character. Anyway, I'm going to bed. So, Stobart, I don't want to know. Right. Good night. Where's the arrow? Here it is. Right. See you. Bye.